That. Now, I did read a book. I read a Street Fighter Loot Crate book. Now, this one, in my X-Men Marvel comics, I am a bit behind, quite a bit behind. And so I've been slowly like taking stock of different books and trades that I already own and kind of going through those as well. And this one, however minimal, was an interesting read. So I don't know, you guys remember Loot Crate from back in the day. A lot of podcasts had different sponsorships with them and whatnot. And I do not know how I came in possession of like so much Loot Crate stuff. Like I have pins, I have books, I have like plushies, I have toys, I do not know or do not recall how I've got these. But there is this Street Fighter hyper looting book. For those of you in YouTube land, you see this book. Now this book, it's a Loot Crate exclusive. So in my mind, I was thinking this is just like a fun one and done Street Fighter comic sponsored by or like executive produced by Loot Crate or something. Boy, was I wrong. When they say Loot Crate exclusive, the setting of this book is a Loot Crate warehouse. Like it is quite literally. And then, so let me go to the creative team really quickly. The writer is Matt Moylan. Main story art is Jeffrey Cruz. Double spread art, Hanzo Steinbach, Edwin Huang, Gonzalo Ordonez, Longavo, and there's a union staff here. Now, this is interesting because every civilian character in the book has a like title card for them, like who they're naming what they are. And I was like, oh, are these actual Loot Crate employees? So there's Angela the designer, there's Jack the merchandise buyer, there's Kevin the warehouse associate, Alex who's in production. So I don't know if these are actual people. I imagine they are, because then we get to, because this book ain't nothing but a bunch of fights, and that's quite literally every page, every spread is a bunch of fights. But then there's Brian, who's in charge of returns and exchanges, Tyler, the software engineer, Dylan, who's in marketing, Mandy, who's merchandise buyer, Teresa, who's in sourcing. And then we get to a fight. This is why I think these are real people, where I think we have is it the owner? Yeah, Matthew, the co-founder, and Chris, the co-founder. And I'm like, this is cool, but like, what the hell? But it's truly like a Loot Crate book. It's at a Loot Crate facility, and the gang, so the Street Fighter characters, the good guys, quote unquote good guys, they're looking for a particular Loot Crate box. You know, Loot Crate has those small boxes, probably big enough for like a 8-ball or something, and they're looking for a particular one to get it before the bad guys do. And so every page is a full spread of a ginormous fight with different Street Fighter characters, and it's actually pretty good. And then you get to the end to find out M. Bison has the box. I was like, oh no, he has the box and he gonna whoop our butt. And so he opens it up, and surprise, surprise, the item that he's looking for is already gone. And I know it's a comic, and I know it's, you know, all fun and games, but I was like, bro, that box is like maybe a pound, if that. You couldn't feel that box was empty. And then this other guy, because I haven't watched or played Street Fighter in decades probably, some dude come back, he's like, yeah, you were fighting for nothing because I stole this from him before his cronies could get to it. And I was like, okay, well, you could have saved us all this time of fighting, but thank you. But I don't know who this is. I don't know who most of these people are. But this is a fun friggin' comic. So I think if you can get your hands on it, go ahead and check it out. Honestly, if I had my hands on this when I was younger, I probably would have ripped this up and like hung these pages on my wall or something. I might frame something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty fun read. Didn't take me long, like maybe a couple minutes. But the artwork is really nice. The story is pretty good. You got Guile, who's just calling around to the different folks on his team to figure out how their outsourcing finding the box mission is going. So it was pretty cool. So if you know of any Street Fighter comics that are not Loot Crate sponsored, let me know, because I'd like to get into those as well. I know there was a Street Fighter anime. I know there were the live action movies, and of course the game. I'm not a gamer, used to be as a child, and so I'm unfamiliar with all that. But if you have any insight, of course, let me know.